How many of you remember the commercial, "What's in your wallet"? Tonight we're taking a little spin on that. I'm asking you, what's in your purse? What's in your pockets? Did you deliberately choose everything that went in there? Or is it just the bits and bobs, pieces of paper, detritus that has just built up over the years? Tonight, I'm hopefully going to give you a chance to reevaluate what you carry around on a daily basis and possibly give you some suggestions for additional items. I want you to have a very good EDC, everyday carry. Most of us, when we step out of the house, we have our keys, we have our wallet. We're billfold. Wallets are important. They keep important things like driver's licenses, credit cards, gym memberships, the card to get into the warehouses. How many of you have an ICE card in case of emergency? Those bits of information that somebody may need because you're not able to give it to them. My ICE card has my wife's phone number on it, has my brother's phone number on it, has my physician's name and phone number on it. And when I was on prescription medicines, had all of those listed. All those little bits of information someone might need when I am unable to give it to them. Speaking of things we carry in the wallet, how many of you carry cash on a regular basis? Wait, no, don't. I don't need to know that. The point is, you may want to consider carrying cash on a regular basis. I love being able to pay with just swiping my card or just touching it with my phone. I love living in the future. I also know the future is sometimes quirky. Card readers break. Sometimes they're skimmers. Sometimes the lights go out. Having a little cash on hand means you're still able to buy when those other cashless means are unavailable. In addition to the wallet and the keys, I always try to make sure that I have certain tools when I go out of the house. First, most important, cell phone. Cell phones are not only a way to call, they also have GPS. So if you need to know where the nearest aid station is, like a firehouse or a hospital, they can route you to it. They can also help guide other people to you. Plus, modern smartphones carry an inordinate amount of information. So you're not trying to remember everything in your head. Because believe me, if you're in an emergency and you're starting to panic, you're not going to remember all those little interesting bits of information. But you can know how to look them up. In addition to a cell phone, second thing I always make sure I carry, a flashlight. It gets dark for an amazing amount of time. And there are an amazing amount of dark places, particularly when we lose power. We live in a time where there is a plethora of high quality, high intensity, very small flashlights. Perfect thing to light up a room, light your path, or you can signal your friends. Now, I am a very discerning person when it comes to flashlights. My wife says I'm a snob. I'll take that title. And I will recommend that when you're looking for it, look for something no less than 100 lumens, because that will definitely make sure you can light up any size room or see across any size parking lot. Third thing I never go out of the house with, a ballpoint pen. Why? Well, you never know when you're going to need to make a note. You never know when you're going to need to mark something down or make a mark on something. Plus, that way you're not at the mercy of the pen at the checkout counter. Last tool I'm going to talk about, everyone should carry a pocket knife. I was always taught you never leave the house without a pocket knife, because you never know when you're going to need to cut something. Wood, cloth, paper, other things. I would recommend that, if you so choose, look at a multi-tool, either a Leatherman or the famous Swiss Army knife. Those give you more tools, more variety for the situations you will encounter. Because, as I know, you can use a pocket knife to act as a screwdriver. It isn't always so good for your pocket knife. In addition to your tools, I would highly recommend that you look at carrying an IFAK, Individual First Aid Kit. We live in a time of glass, steel, and concrete, all of which does wonderful things to the human body when you intersect them wrong. Having some Band-Aids, some gauze, a little Neosporin can do wonders when you have those minor emergencies. Also, I would recommend you take the training and start carrying a tourniquet, because it is amazing how fast somebody can bleed out, and being able to deal with that quickly is important. Now, I've given you all these options because I want you to consider them. You may not find them applicable to how you walk out of the house. You may not have all the pockets I do. I look for pockets in my clothing. But please, when you're walking out of the house, when you decide what to put in your pockets or in your purses, take the time and decide, is this what I want to carry? Or is this what I'm carrying out of habit?